Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $25,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 69-year-old female. Now, first thing I recommend is you go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com. And on just about every page, we have these free quoters. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states. Select the coverage amount, put the birthday in there, fill out the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you the best insurance companies with the lowest rates based off your age, gender, and the state that you live in. It will help you be a smart shopper. It'll help you compare all the plans you may possibly qualify for. You can also call us directly at 888-862-9456. One of our licensed agents can help you out as well. Now, one of the first things we recommend if you're a 69-year-old female looking at $25,000 worth of insurance is determining, is that $25,000 going to be appropriate for your final expense needs? Typically, final expense needs are going to come down to either cremation or burial. Let's attack them in that order. So with cremation, you've got two options. You've got the first option where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, nothing fancy. That's going to be between $1,000 to $2,000 on average. If you're going to have a cremation in some sort of a ceremony, typically that's going to be between $3,500 to $4,500, depending what part of the country you live in. Now, as far as coverage amounts, what you should consider, let's break that in two amounts as well, too. So the first one would be for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, and that we would typically help people with anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. And you might be going, well, Randy, you said the cremation's $2,000, but the coverage is only $5,000. So what's going on there? Well, what's going on there is our 69-year-old female probably wants to live to be, 79, maybe even 89. And we know that things will get more expensive in the future, including cremations. So what we do is we actually get you qualified at your youngest age right now to save you the most amount of money and get a little bit more insurance than you actually need. And that inflation proofs your plan in the long run. And then what that also secondarily does is it provides a little coverage, more coverage on the front end, so that God forbid if you don't live as long as you thought and you die sooner than anybody thought, and there's some extra bills that need to be paid off, like maybe medical expenses or credit card or something like that, there's a little more money on the front end just to take care of some of those too. So that typically works out wonderfully for most folks. Now, for that cremation where you're going to have the ceremony, we would typically help people with anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000. Again, that long-term, that protects the plan from inflation. Short-term provides some extra money. Just if you didn't, God took you to heaven a little bit sooner than anybody thought he would. So the other thing would be burial. So the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. So, if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a $10,000 check, they should help you out. If they don't, you could just walk out the door, walk 2 blocks down the road to their competitors, and, they should be able to help you out there too. But just understand, $10,000 is not going to be a fancy funeral. It's very minimal. It's going to be very basic. That kind of covers the cost of what it is today at most places, but it's not going to inflation-proof the plan. So most 69-year-old females we help would probably look at getting somewhere between $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000. Very rarely is $25,000 needed, unless you really have some kind of extravagant needs that are a little bit out of the ordinary. But if you really want to inflation-proof your plan, we can help you with any coverage amount there is. Now, sometimes somebody will come in and say, hey, we want to take care of our final expenses, but we also want to leave some money behind for the kids. So we're kind of curious what $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 would be, something like that. So let's say it's $50,000. We quote them on that, and they go, oh, boy, not sure we can afford that because they're on Social Security or disability, some sort of fixed or limited income. So sometimes they'll say, well, if we can't do it all, we're not going to do anything. We have to have a little moment with them and just remind them that they actually came in here first for the final expense insurance, the burial insurance, the cremation insurance, because we know one thing for sure. They are going to die someday and they will need this insurance. Maybe they won't, but their kids will. And, so because we know they're going to die, that's a necessity. The kids can be, that can be optional at this point. So what we typically recommend people do is take care of your final expenses first, burial, cremation, whatever it's going to be. Get that taken care of, because if you don't, your kids are going to have to pay those expenses, chances are they're going to put it on their credit cards. They're going to end up paying 26% interest, and it's just going to be difficult. It's going to take them years and years to pay that off as a rule. So don't do that. And then what we can also do is help you get a separate policy that would just deliver money to the kids at some point in the future. But that takes care of your most immediate needs, takes care of your final expense needs. We know those are going to happen for sure. And then at some point, if you do want to get some extra money for the kids, you can do that with a separate policy. Now, if money's not an issue, we can do that all at once for folks. But again, most of the people we help are on fixed or limited incomes. So it works great splitting it up like that. Now, one thing we always recommend is getting first aid coverage or benefits. And we do not recommend those plans with 2-year waiting periods at all. We'll talk about those in a minute. But what first aid coverage means is that hypothetically, if your plan gets approved and issued today and you die tomorrow, the insurance company is going to have to write that check for $25,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000, whatever it is the coverage amount is. That's going to be the best coverage. It's going to have the lowest pricing. Now, some people will say, yeah, Randy, you're right. We do like that first aid coverage. But, I'm not in the best of health. My wife's not in the best of health. My husband, as a couple, we're not in the best of health. And we know those plans, they ask some health questions. And we're a little worried we're not going to qualify. To which we say, hey, that's our concern. That's not your concern. And what we mean by that is that, we work with enough different insurance companies. They all have different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And right now we're getting first aid coverage or benefits on really 90 to 95% of the people we help. So we're terrific at what we do, and we've got some great insurance companies. Really, the only reason we wouldn't be able to get you first aid coverage is if you just waited until you were too old or too long and you really had some significant health issues like a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or maybe you had dementia or you're on dialysis or in a hospital or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we'd typically refer you out to a different insurance company. It also seems like every week we get a call from somebody who says, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance and we don't have any money. And now their body's at the funeral home and the funeral home director's not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so that we can get that money to the funeral home director so that we can get everything taken care of. And we have to let them know that there's no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer a policy on a dead person. You actually have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that their family member passed away, but it's doubly sad that they didn't care enough to get this insurance in place beforehand. They knew they were going to die someday. They had no doubt checked on this insurance before, and then they just put it off and put it off and put it off. And then one day they just done went and died. And now their family members have to come up with this money. And typically they're going to have to put it on a credit card, pay 26% interest, and it's going to take them years and years to pay off. And what a terrible legacy to leave behind. Just don't do that. Don't take your responsibility to pay for this and force it on somebody else who doesn't have the financial means to do it. So if things are a little tight, just get what you can afford. We can always help you with the smaller amount and help you get more coverage later. So yeah, just make sure you leave a good legacy behind. One thing we don't recommend is those plans with 2-year waiting periods. And Colonial Penn's a fairly recognizable company out there. They're advertising all the time on TV for that $9.95 plan. I think it's playing every 7 minutes on some television stations. But yeah, if you don't know this, their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan. You do not want that at all. You do not want a 2-year waiting period plan if you qualify for first aid coverage. Don't do such nonsense. So, but Colonial Penn, they're not the only company that offers those 2-year waiting period plans. There's other companies out there too. There's Mutual of Omaha, there's United of Omaha Line, AIG, Gerber, gosh, so many other different companies. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that if you're over age 50, the only thing you qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, which nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, when we hear that, we go, ha, 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 ha. Don't fall for such nonsense. Yeah, we help people with first aid coverage all day long. Now, our 69-year-old female probably just got off just shut off the television after watching one of those $9.95 commercials, probably thinking she's going to get like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95, because that TV commercial is so well produced, right? So then she gets on the phone with a Colonial Penn agent or gets on their website like we've done for you here and sees that for a female age 69, 1 unit of coverage, which is $9.95, it's only going to pay out $1,057. Now, $1,057 is, you might find a few places like in the remote woods of some states or something where it might be $1,057. But I can tell you what, in most parts of the country, that's not going to come close to paying for a cremation, even a basic cremation, much less the one with the service or a burial or anything like that. So why would you ever, by just based off price alone, $995, knowing that you're only going to get $1,057? Yeah, it makes no sense for most people anyway. And so some people out there would say that some of these companies that offer these really low price teaser rates, they're just kind of meant to get your information, to get you in their marketing funnel, that they don't even want to sell you that low price plan. And they will get you on the phone and they will happily tell you about that low price plan and the minuscule amount of coverage it offers. And then what they will do is upsell you to more significant amounts of coverage that are much more profitable to the insurance company. Now, we would never say Colonial Penn would ever do anything like that, but some people are fairly convinced of that. And I guess you can formulate your own opinion based on the fact that you're only getting $1,057 for $995. Now, here's the deal. Colonial Penn, they sell by unit. They don't sell by coverage amount. So at $25,000, they're going to max out at 15 units. And if we look at this, basically $1,000 units, 15 units should give us what, around 15,800 or something. Let's take a look. That was pretty close. 15,855, right? So roughly 15,000, but it's going to cost you $150 roughly. So let's see what first aid coverage would cost and how much, if we can even save any money. We'll see here. So we've got 25,000 here for a female, age 69, and I'm going to click Get Quote now. Let's go back and look at this because it's roughly 15,000 for 150, and you're going to like this. So look at this, 25,000. I wanted to show you that again. 25,000 is going to be basically $120. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have 25,000 for $120 as a 69-year-old female? Again, 25,000 at 120, or would you rather have 15,000 for 150, right? So Colonial Penn's roughly $30 more a month, but you're getting roughly $10,000 less insurance. So why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do? And the thing is, Colonial Penn's going to make you overpay that $30 for the rest of your life. Every single month, you're going to have to overpay that. So let's do the math on that. $30 a month times 12 months, that's $360. If our 69-year-old female makes it age 79, she'll have overpaid roughly $3,600. So you would have overpaid $3,600, and you would end up with right around $9,000 or $10,000 less insurance. I think it's in between there. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever pay so much more for so much less? That's why it's so important. If you qualify for first aid coverage, you never get a plan with a 2-year waiting period. You just need to be a smart consumer. And hey, insurance can be confusing. We understand that. It's very simple to us. Let us help you be a smart consumer. We can save you lots of money. This is level coverage too. Level means first aid coverage. But yeah, let us help you out there. Let's look at some other insurance companies though. 120 there. Here's Limico. Interestingly enough, first aid coverage level. Yeah, roughly $10 more a month. Let's do the math on that, because you might be thinking, well, $10 not that big a deal. It's the same coverage, same coverage amount. Nothing's different. It's just the price is different. So $10 a month times 12 months, that's an extra $120 a year. You might go, it's no big deal. After 10 years, our 69-year-old female is now 79. You have overpaid $1,200. And you go, maybe that's not that much. But let me ask you this. If you were walking down the sidewalk and you pulled your wallet out and you had $1,200 in it, would you just ever take that $1,200 out, throw it on the sidewalk and keep walking and let other people pick it up? No, you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Why would you do that to an insurance company? You know, we can help you save money. Let us just lock you in at that lowest price from the very first day. And it's like keeping that money in your wallet. Let's see. Let's look at another company here. You'll be able to see all these different companies. Oh, here's one. Lincoln Heritage. A fine company, I guess, but look at that pricing, $178. Yikes. That's like $58 more a month. It is level coverage, but it's $58 more a month. What's the deal with that? Well, they got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2 or 3 different funeral homes and maybe do a couple other things and, try to get the lowest pricing or something like that. But I mean, you pay for that, right? It's $58 more a month than our lowest price plan. So it's $58 more a month times 12 months. That means on an annual basis, you'll overpay right around $696 more a year. And if our 69-year-old female lives to be age 79, 10 years, you will end up overpaying right around $6,960 more. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever take right around $6,960 roughly from your bank account and transfer that wealth over to an insurance company, transfer it over to their bank account? Why would you ever do that? We think that money's better off in your own pocket. Keep it, use it for your own fun, spend it on family, do whatever, but don't give that extra money to an insurance company. So what we recommend you do is let us help you get approved for the lowest price insurance. And then what we offer free of charge, by the way, is a funeral and estate planning guide. You can download that off our website. You can print it out. And once it's printed out, you just fill it out. You write down who gets what goes where, and what you want done after you're gone. And then when you're done with that, you keep it with your insurance policy. And then when you pass away, your family members come to that one point, and they will know that they are not only protected financially with the insurance policy, but also emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. And all they'll need to do is open that funeral and estate planning guide and start reading, and they'll know exactly what to do. You will have listed everything out for them, and that will give them such peace of mind knowing that they're doing everything exactly as you wanted it done. And they will know that you not only loved and protected them in life, but you actually loved and protected them in death, that one last time that they would need you the most, and you weren't there, but you took care of things in advance. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. So if you want to leave a legacy like that, visit us at Funeral Funds of America. We've got a special quarter for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And you can check out the best companies, the best rates, the best discounts. Take full advantage of that. That way you can compare all the different insurance companies. And when we do help you out with this, we can help you understand what you're going to qualify for. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you out. But if you've got an existing policy and you want to see if we can save you money on that, or you just want to add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you are looking for a brand new policy or just have questions about what might be best for you or what you qualify for or what your rates would be, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to helping you get the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. We will be blessed to help you with this at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.